Hello everyone, welcome you all in this video lecture on a workplace stress. Stress is an unavoidable part of most of the job role in an organization. An organization become more complex, the potential for and the amount of stress also increases. Urbanization, industrialization and the increase in scales of operation are causing increasing stresses. These are the inevitable consequences of socio-economic complexity. People feel stressed as they can no longer have complete control over what happens in their life. When your mobile phone is not working, the power is shut off, and an unexpected promotion is denied, price of essential commodity increases against your income, and so on and so forth, and we feel frustrated and then stressed out. There is no escape from stress in this modern life. Hence, we need to find a way of using stress in a productive way, reducing dysfunctional stress and dealing effectively with it. The word stress is defined by the Oxford Dictionary as a state of affair involving demand of physical or mental energy, which means stress creates a situation where they need a certain physical or mental energy which is beyond the capability of an individual. There are the few definitions by the McGirth and Lajaris about the stress. In summary, we can say that stress is a condition of a strain on one's emotion, thought processes and physical condition that seems to threaten one's ability to cope up with the environment. It is particularly harmful when stress is sustained for a long time and human does not get the opportunity to rebuild its ability to cope with the stress. Stress is basically divided into four types: eustress, distress, hyperstress and hypostress. Distress is again divided into two parts: acute stress and chronic stress. Eustress is one of the helpful type of stress. It is a positive stress that leads to achievement in excellence. It is that type of stress you experience right before you have need to exert physical forces, and stress disappear when the need is fulfilled, like playing big games, competition and stress just before your examination. De-stress is one of the negative stress. It occurs when the feeling of insecurity, helplessness and depression are felt due to the pressure and tension. There are the two types of stress. Under the distress, the first one is acute stress, which comes immediately with the change of routine and it passes quickly, like a traffic jam, argument with a spouse or criticism from your boss is an example of acute stress which is passes from quickly. The second one is a chronic stress, which occur if there is a constant change of routine for a week after week. Chronic stress affect the body for a longer period of time, like financial issues, death of loved one and loss of jobs are the example of the chronic stress. The another set of stress are hyperstress and the hypostress. Hyperstress is a negative type of stress that comes when a person is forced to undertake more than he or she can take. A stressful job that overworks on individual will cause that individual to face hyperstress. Hypostress is just opposite to the hyperstress. It is a positive type of stress which experienced by a person who is constantly bored. A worker performing same task over and over will often experience hypostress and he or she will be need some more challenging task. Now there is a question, how can we identify that a particular person is stressed or not? So there are the few signs or symptoms of stress. For your better understanding, it is divided into the three parts: physical symptoms, emotional symptoms and behavioral symptoms. When there is any kind of change, physical change in the body of a particular person, then it is called to be the physical symptoms. When these changes comes from their emotions, that is called the emotional symptoms. And when the behavior of individual is changed according to these symptoms, that's called the behavioral symptoms. So under the physical symptoms, when you feel headache, neck pain, backache, indigestion, high BP, accident proneness, which means you are in a phase of the stress. Emotional symptoms like when you are feeling a more depression, nightmare, you become irritated with everyone, the anger is high, your anxiety is high, your frustration is high, you have a feeling of the suicide, and there are the frequent episodes of crying. So these are the emotional changes, and by that we can identify that the person is in a state of the stress. Behavioral symptoms like nail biting, increased smoking, finger tapping, increased alcohol, these are the some behavior or the mode of conduct by the individual, and if the person is behaving in that way, so we can easily identify that the person is in a stressed condition. Stress are inevitable part of any organization. So here we need to understand the causes of the workplace stress so that we can reduce it in a very better manner. The fear of losing one's jobs, unreasonable demand for performance, lack of interpersonal relationship among the peer group or the subordinate or the superior, lack of interpersonal communication, long working hour, less time to spend with the family, lack of the growth opportunity or the more better career prospect, the individual skills are not properly utilized, there are the unfair promotions policies are in the particular organization, non-conjugal working environment. These are the few causes of workplace stress. The next one is a model of the potential sources of stress. There are the 4 potential sources by which an individual feels stress, and these are the few outcomes. The first one is an environmental factor. Environmental factor are basically the uncontrollable factor for an employee or any individual. The economic instability, political instability, and technical instability in a particular country will lead to the stress. The organizational factor contain the organizational structure. Structure means the way an individual employee is interrelated with the other individual employee, or we can simply say that the hierarchy of any organization. If these hierarchy are not in a proper manner and the communication channel is not so clear, then the individual may feel a stress. The second one is a leadership. Obviously leadership is also one of the reason when the employee feels stress. If the leader are in an autocratic mood, then they feel stress, or if they are exploitative leadership style, they are using the exploitative leadership style or democratic leadership style, or they are using the free rein, whatever kind of leadership style the organization prevailing, they may affect the stress level of an individual. The third factor is the individual factor. Obviously every individual is different from each other, like their family problems are different, their economic problems are different, and their personality also different. So as per their family problem, economic condition, and the personality, they have certain they have a different set of the stress. The next one is the individual differences, like if some people feel stressed out in a very challenging environment, and some people enjoy that environment because of their perception. If the particular employee is having a social support, then they will have least level of stress, and if the social support is not so good to the particular employee, then they experience a stress. Apart from the perception and the social support, self-efficacy and the job experience also lead to the stress. If the person is having high job experience or the more job experience, then their stress level is low. That is why we can say that the younger managers or the younger employee are more stressed as comparison to the older employees. So these are the potential sources which create stress in a particular individual. Now this stress is have certain outcomes like the physiological symptoms, psychological symptoms, and behavioral symptoms. So under the physiological system, we can say that if the person is having a stress, they have the problem of headache, heart disease, or the high BP, they are suffering from certain depression, anxiety, and overall, with concern to the organization, we can say that if the person are in a state of stress, then they are least productive, and the absenteeism rate is very high, and the turnover ratio is also high in if the person is not in a stable state. Now, how can we manage these stress? So there are the two strategies. The first one is at the organizational level, and the second set of strategies are at individual level. The organizational level strategies are stress reduction and stress management program. It aims to identify relevant organizational stressor and to reduce their effect by improving supervisory skill, reallocating workloads or job variety. The second one is job designing. Properly designed job and work schedule can help to reduce the stress. Counseling needed when a supervisor become aware that an employee is disturbed by a problem or irritated by a situation. Meditation is an effective anti-anxiety treatment, lifting mood, increasing energy and relaxing mind and body. It helps to relieve from a stressful world. Apart from that, the next one is collateral program. It is an organizational program specifically created to help those employees who are dealing with the stress. The second set of strategies are at individual level. The first one is a time management. This strategy helps people to get more of the important things done every day. It helps in reducing stress by proper balanced schedule and plan regular breaks. Relaxation training, how to cope up with your stress, what are the stressors, and many questions has to be answered by providing relaxation training by the certain expert from the outside of the organization or within the organization. The next one is support or the peer group. It is a group of friends or the family members with whom a person can share his feeling. They can help the people with cope up with the routine type of stress on an ongoing basis. And last but not the least, the self-management. To reduce the stress caused by the role ambiguity, managers should tell subordinate clearly what is expected of them and what their job responsibilities are. Apart from these strategies, there are some approaches to reduce workplace stress, like clearly define the role and responsibility to each and every employee, improve communication and reduce uncertainty about career development and future employment prospect, design job to provide meanings, stimulation and opportunity for workers to use their skills, establish work schedules that ensure availability of time for workers to fulfill their personal responsibility outside the organization, ensure that workload is in line with the workers' capability and resources, and provide opportunity for social interaction among workers. There is no single stress relief method. The stress management at workplace thus has to combine steps to eliminate the resources of stress and provide relief for the short and long-term effect by utilizing popular stress reliever. So that's all about this lecture. I hope you will all able to understand what is stress, what are the causes of stress, what are the signs, and how can we manage the workplace stress. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay connected with me for more related video. Till then, take care and goodbye.